Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back to our regular community. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently trading at 32,241, up 11.7%. Ethereum currently trading at 23.26, up 8.9%. Let's have a look at the Ethereum tokens. They seem to be doing quite well. If you're new to the channel, I'd just like to let you know that everything I do for you is free. Let's have a look at Rule 135, consistent persistence. What is that, you say? Being consistent means doing it again and again and again in the same manner. Persistence almost means the same thing. Consistently persistent is about doing the same thing over and over and over again and not giving up, just keeping it going all the time. A lot of people have approached me through direct message. They said, Ken, how do I do this? How do I trade? I'd love to help you out. I don't know your financial situation and I don't know your tax situation. So what I can do is give you a bit of guiding information. If you had $1,000 and you just sought a 10% return each week, just 1 week, just try and get 10% return. And then when you get that, you put that amount of money in for the second week and get 10%. And you do that all the way down for 1 year. Look at that return, 142,043. This is why I say you don't need to go near options, futures, derivatives, all sorts of things. We cover those on this channel, but you don't need to get too technical. You just really need to understand how to pick strength and how to get in at certain times. This will be a really, really good thing for you to understand. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Ken, I don't want 10% return, I want 25% return. No, that's not enough. I want 45% return. No, that's not enough. I want 50% return. Dang it, I want 60% return. Look, you're raising the hash rate of this particular calculation. It's become so hashy. You know what? Don't think about this. Think about 10%. Now, why do I say that? Rule 59. Don't be greedy. Wow, we even have a rule for covering the hash rate of calculations like that. Now, what does this really mean? Seneca, a Roman philosopher who died in 65 AD, very fine mind, he said, the highest wealth is the absence of greed. Highest wealth. What we're about in our community is to attain the highest wealth. We're not after just money. You will find when you have a lot of money, it is simply not enough. You have to have a good life too. That means we really have to control greed. It is innate in all of us. Getting rid of it is wisdom. I'll give you an example that you know so well if you've tuned in to the community for a couple of episodes. Psychological safety and liquidation. What happens when the price goes up and up and up and up? Extreme greed appears in the market. The Fear and Greed Index measures extreme greed as well. When it gets up around these 90 plus regions, we know the market is so overheated. When it becomes overheated, a sell-off is imminent. Currently, fear is in the market at a reading of 26. Now, what happens to this fear? What happens with this greed? The fear of missing out. When people feel FOMO, this is a fear. When they feel that fear, they have to get in at any price. And then they get sold down and they get back in and buy the dip. And you see all the memes floating around, dip after dip after dip. The problem is many people, when they get into the market, buy at the top. When price sells down like it does, it inevitably has to. people tend to sell at the bottom. You remember it wasn't more than a week ago that people were talking about, oh, this is a head and shoulders pattern, it's going to 20, it's going to 15, it's going to 10, from over 31,000 when that was happening. And what did we say? Yeah, buy the falling knife, because we know the trend, we know what's going on. Now what's happened here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of green. When was the last time we had 6 days of green? Let me look back. Nope. I don't see it. Oh, I'm getting close. Oh, this is about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bit of a wobble. Now don't forget this was on a sustained uptrend. What about looking before that? Not much, is there? Maybe here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What happened there? It crunched down and then it went back up. This is what we are expecting here. Realistically, this is a very powerful strategy to buy the falling knife. We're always looking for red tails like this. We want to take advantage of them. We don't FOMO in at the top. I know, not in our community, but in very many other communities, people would have been buying around the 40,000 mark. They would have said, it can't, it's just going to the moon, it's going to the moon. Not understanding price moves in waves. When you're not greedy, you have patience. You can let price come to you. Albert Einstein was a theoretical physicist and regarded as one of the greatest physicists of all times. Something interesting that he said, 3 great forces rule the world: fear, stupidity, and greed. When he talks about fear, our community is all about becoming fearless. When he talks about stupidity, that's simply people not knowing. Everything I do is to share my 20 plus years experience with you as knowledge transfer. And we do not believe in greed in this community. We believe in being smart. We believe in institution of one thinking. Let's turn to Bitcoin's technical analysis. We've started with this concept of making 10% per week. Now let's see how realistic that is. In the last episode, episode 147, we were just here. Now, what happened to Bitcoin? From this basic drop down up into the peak, Bitcoin increased 17.67%. We'll keep our eye on this. It's some important things to note. Amazon will be offering Bitcoin purchases by the end of 2021. That's really substantial news. The other thing to be aware of is that there is a Fed FOMC meeting. It takes about 3 weeks for the minutes to come out, and they'll be talking about inflation, which is a potential problem for the US economy. It's also good to note that the US economy is highly overheated and the Delta variant is spreading. These could cause fears in the markets. The markets could wobble. That means that there is a good chance to buy the dip here. The FOMC is the Federal Open Market Committee. This is from the site federalreserve.gov. This is the meeting that's coming up this Wednesday. I spoke about the Delta variant of COVID. It's a lot of people actually don't know this, but over the past 7 days, there were 3,581,655 cases, new cases of COVID. It's really, really scary. You can see a lot of economies throughout the world are experiencing rampant runaway infections. They're pretty much all positive. It's really important that we keep our eye on this and see how it plays out throughout the economy. Poor Iceland, 1,098% increase. If anyone's in Iceland, our thoughts are with you. In the trend series, we always focus through on the market's economic data and especially the Bitcoin related stocks. We can see here, this is the NASDAQ 100. This is a futures, so it's trading right now. We're getting price movement. We're already seeing a reduction in the price. I'm not surprised. I called it out in the earlier session on trend. If you've missed that, please go back and have a look at it. That particular one here is episode 147. I go through 7 on-chain data analytics to understand the trend of Bitcoin and crypto, and 62 crypto stock ETF and economic data points. I also talk through stagflation. It's a very jam-packed episode, and we cover completely new data than what we cover here. Before we get into Rule 174, I would just like to thank our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. Thank you very much. I'd also like to let you know that I've hidden crypto gems throughout this video. Unless you watch to the end, you'll miss them. See how many you can find. My goal is to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. Rule 174, T cubed, trend, timing, trigger. We're looking at the timing right now. We use the KS method to determine timing. That's rule 1122. The first thing we do in the KS method is that we look at the news from a perspective that we don't know anything about crypto. We're just fallen into the crypto industry and we're just reading news headlines. Bitcoin surges, oh, that's pretty positive. Amazon speculation, oh, I like that. Why are traders still holding stable coins? Yeah, shame on them. Why are they doing that? That's very, what's that mean? Bitcoin ETF not happening in 2021? Oh, well, that's not good. Bitcoin cryptocurrency surge after comments by Elon. Go on you, Elon. Of course, we always believe anything that the news tells us. Amazon Bitcoin job ad boosts cryptocurrency surge. Wow, all it needed was a job ad. Why didn't we know? I would have put a couple in. The best days of Bitcoin are definitely ahead. Oh, yay. You remember a week ago, it was going to 10,000. So, wow, how quickly the news changes. Bitcoin jumps as much as 20%. Whew, that's impressive. Dow Jones today. Oh, Dow Jones, that's like the stock market. Thank goodness we did the trend analysis. Futures lag as China stocks slide. Oh, that's not very good. Ethereum spikes after Musk and Dorsey Bitcoin conference. Hang on a second. Wasn't it a couple of days ago? Well, they're just catching on now. Bitcoin, Coinbase, Tesla. What to watch when the stock market opens today? If only we looked at Tesla and Coinbase and Bitcoin in the trend. We do. It's all covered, as well as many others. In fact, it's the most comprehensive economic stock analysis that you could get, crypto related, with a crypto focus. Okay, so what do we see from all of this? Well, we can pretty much see that everything is positive. And Elon's come to the rescue again, even though it was several days ago. I love this meme that Ghosty Fever put out. This is great. Just a normal day at the nation's most important financial institution. This guy on the phone. I've got a stock here that could really excel. Really excel? Excel? Sell? This guy, he says, this is madness. I can't take it anymore. Goodbye. Goodbye? Bye. I've got a stock here. Same guy. It's going in a loop. I tell you what, the news is like this. Whenever you read the news, please keep one eye, one ear, and half your brain switched off. The news can have signal about 1% of the time. Let's have a look at crypto total market cap. Total market cap. is $1.505 trillion. Way to go, total market cap. Now, the interesting thing with total market cap, this figure, what you are actually seeing here is the price of all the cryptos measured as their total market value, all moving as one, including Bitcoin. This is really important. You remember before, Bitcoin rallied up 17.6%. Total market cap has come up 13.72%. It's less. It's really interesting to observe how Bitcoin leads the market. It is said, because we say it in this community, that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. That's a rule. It's a really important rule. That's a definite crypto secret. Just returning quickly to Bitcoin, I hope I've outlined some reasons that price could face some headwinds coming up. It's important to keep those in mind. That means you can layer, buy at support levels going down. You only need to turn a small percentage each week to do incredibly well. Just keep that in mind. It's really, really powerful. That's another secret crypto gem. Every episode, I strive to give you the absolute best information I can possibly find. In this is from Bybit, bybit.com. I really love what is here. We have the longs, 15.19 billion, the shorts, 14.41 billion. I was finding that the other chart just wasn't doing it as far as what we needed to see. I really wanted the community to see across all the exchanges, FTX, Bybit, Binance, Bitfinex, Deribit, etc. You can see this. It's really good to actually approximate what levels are occurring here. Let's have a look across all exchanges for Bitcoin options. The call open interest is 97,445 Bitcoin. The put open interest is 58,833. That means there's about 66% more calls than puts. That's what that call put ratio is. If you're looking at it, what is a call? What is a put? If I call you up, that's pretty cool. That's a long, that's a going up. If someone was to put you down, that's not very nice. That's a short. So that's long. Calls are long, puts are short. Call trading volume was 12,670 and put trading volume was 9,174 across all the exchanges. If we go across to Coinalyze, we can see the open interest is decreasing. This is really important. When open interest decreases, it's basically people losing interest. We can see the predicted funding rate going up in terms of value. That tends to suggest that we may have a little bit of a wobble around this price. Let's check out what the max pain price is for Bitcoin currently. For the option expiring at the end of the month, max pain is 35,000. This is basically the point at where all the options, calls and puts expire at the greatest loss to the holders, valueless. Let's do as we did with Ethereum. So Ethereum, we can see 24-hour longs in the futures markets. We can see there's quite a bit. It's kind of short and long is about equally balanced. Some more longs on Binance, more longs on Bitfinex, FTX, yeah, slightly more longs. You can see this anyway by the red. The red means the other shorts are longer and the greens mean they're more volume here. Let's have a look at Ethereum open interest. Call open interest, that's long, is 787,917 ETH. Put open interest is 455,470. The call put ratio is 1.73. This is just really, really interesting. There are a lot of very, very professional traders inside our community. This is for them, and as you become more and more professional yourself, as you really understand what you're doing, you could make this your edge. Personally, I like to keep away from these things, but your edge is highly personal. It's whatever you want to do. If we look at Ethereum open interest, it's increasing, as is the price, which we would expect. Predicted funding rate is increasing as well. Let's have a look at Ethereum options. What we're interested in is the max pain for the end of the month expiration. That's generally the largest contract expiring. Max pain is 2200. It's been there for quite a while. It's really important to look through liquidation data. Today we're seeing good levels of liquidation. This is really what we want to see in terms of a healthy market. Over the past 24 hours, there were 1.15 billion in liquidations across 104,027 traders. For the past 12 hours, about 91% of those liquidations were short. And if we look across, we're still not seeing a big uptick in this, but we're starting to get there. Let's check the 15-minute. Just gives us a bit more insight. We can see a lot of short liquidations pushing that price up, 38 up to 40. Now we've got much more context on the underpinning engine. It's good to see. This is the Bitcoin all exchanges estimated leverage ratio. We can see that leverage is increasing. Here is another hidden crypto gem. If you go to tokenterminal.com, fantastic site, and you look at revenue, look at this. Maybe we look at Axie Infinity, for example. What we want to see, like any particular thing of value, it's always earning more and more and more over time. It can go up and down, that is fine, but we want it to always earn more. If we see Balancer, let's look at the revenue over the past 180 days. This is by day. What do you see here? What is this particular analysis showing you? If you wanted to buy Balancer, is that a good idea? What's happened to Balancer's revenue? It's going down. As the revenue goes, so too does the price. Always remember that. It's really important. What about Bancor? Interesting, isn't it? 180 days, what's happened? The revenue is going down. Let's have a look at another one, perhaps Compound. What's Compound doing? Okay. Going up. This is really, really important when you have anything. Just think about you as a business owner, for example. If you own a little shop and you're making more and more and more revenue, and people walk past your shop and say, I wouldn't mind a share of your shop's profit. If everything is going up, you can feel pretty comfortable with that because you can share that around. But if it's all going down, you're in a little bit of trouble, aren't you? Let's have a look at Axie Infinity. This has been an absolute standout. You see that difference in that revenue fingerprint. Now we know that this is a game. It's been increasing. Very good. This is what you want to look for. I think Token Terminal is really good. If you would like to look through your favorite alts and let us know in the comments as a community what you see happening with your alt, that is fantastic. This is a learning community. I always listen to every single person in the community and try my best to integrate the information into these sessions. Remember how I was saying that just 10% per week is good. You need to know if you go outside the top 20 coins, that you're going to get severe volatility. For example, it could increase 100%, decrease 84%, increase 242%, decrease 50%, increase 873%, decrease 50%, increase 252%, decrease 25%. They are very, very wild swings. It's really important to do your homework. Make sure that the business case supports your decision to put money into whatever you're doing. That's why I showed you that revenue. That's another hidden crypto gem. As part of our process, we go through the top 7 and the percentage movers. Top 7: Bitcoin, Ethereum, THETA, Binance Coin, Cardano, XRP, and DOGE. Let's have a look at the greatest 24-hour percent gainers: AMP, Anchor, Rune, BTT, VET, ZIL, FTM. You can get very seduced by these large percentages. When I see these large percentages and look at the chart, I see a lot of advertising. Be careful. They can slam you as well. Have a look at the other side, 24-hour percent losses: Axie Infinity, Flow, Quant, THETA, Leo, T-Fuel, and don't worry about Tether, it's a stable coin. Greatest percent gainers over the past 7 days: Axie Infinity, AMP, TEL, OKB, THETA, Luna, Internet Computer. Let's go the other way. Greatest losses: MDX, Leo, and stable coins. Stable coins don't move around. They're stable. As part of our edge, we go through Binance derivatives. 24-hour trading volume was $84.3 billion. 24-hour open interest was about $6.9 billion. You are very interested in the change in price of the contract in the past 24 hours, especially what it means. You see Bitcoin at 12%. Let's have a look at the other ones. It's stronger than Ethereum. Ethereum is 9.2%. Let's have a look at the other ones. You can see Axie Infinity losing interest. That means the price is decreasing. Link gaining interest. MATIC gaining interest at 16.9%. Aave 16.6%. Sushi 13.6%. It's really interesting to do it this way because it really helps you. If you want to get a 10% return in a week, you can just follow a handful and know how to trade in and out if that works for you tax-wise. Rune 21.6%. Kava 24.5%. ZIL 21.9%. BTT 21%. You can see the alts are gaining strength from Bitcoin's gravity. RSR 30.5%. Anchor 30.9%. FTM 17.5%. You can see some pretty good power in here. Dent 20.8%. Alice minus 13.5%. This is another secret crypto gem. What is strong when markets go down is weak when markets go up. That is a very, very important thing to understand. We can see Lit doing well at 28.8%, and we'll just cover those futures off as well. Let's return to Bitcoin's technical analysis. Bitcoin is currently trading at 38,274. It is basically at support right now. The next level of resistance is 39,235, and it has structural resistance up at 43,885. That's a pretty key level, that 43,885. We can feel that would be quite severely defended. We wouldn't be at all surprised if price hits that and comes down. Levels of support below are 37,230, 36,171, and we have this key $35,000 support level as well, and 35,511 is also quite good. You can see from the bottom there up to the top, Bitcoin rallied about 17.67%. Just keep that percentage in your mind. I'm going to give you some more hidden crypto gems. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum currently trading at 23.42, structural resistance above at 23.87, and a second level above that at 24.49. It has support below at 23.04 and 22.53. You can see it's quite interesting with Ethereum. The market moved 13.72%, Ethereum moved 13.62%, but Bitcoin moved way more than that, 17.67%. Let's have a look at Binance Coin. BNB currently trading at 319.14, literally just at support. Resistance above at 327.48 and 339. Below support 309 and 302.71. BNB only increased 12.07%, very much under Bitcoin's 17.67, the market's 13.72, and Ethereum's 13.62%. Cardano is currently trading at 132.95, pretty much at support now. There's a lower level of support at 131.15 and 128.48, resistance above 137.43 and 1,406. ADA increased 17.46%, which is realistically just close to Bitcoin's 17.67%. The market increased only 13.72%. XRP is currently trading at support at 65.59. It has structural support below at 63.17 and 61.36 is normal support. Above is resistance at 67.40 and 68.99. XRP increased 14.41%. Comparing that to Bitcoin's 17.67%, it's lower, but it's higher than the market that was 13.72%. Rule 39, patience always. Buy, support, sell, resistance. Buying a support means that the price that you buy at is always lower than the current price. Selling at resistance is always above the current price. Really important distinction. Dogecoin is currently trading at 21.855, just below resistance of 22,200 and 23,393. Support below 21,095 and 19,990. It's really interesting that Doge was a standout here, increasing 21.72%, greater than Bitcoin 17.67%, and far in excess of the market at 13.72%. I mentioned the other day about these spikes. We were expecting to see a spike in Doge. That was realized. Polkadot is currently trading at support at 14,722. Resistance is above at 15,357 and 16,441. Support below 14,023 and 13,516. Polkadot increased 16.68%, close to Bitcoin's 17.67% and above the market at 13.72%. Chainlink is currently trading at 19,115, just above support at 18,960. A support below at 18,146 and 17,653. Resistance above at 19,498 and 19,966. We can see that Link increased 20.74%. That is above Bitcoin's increase of 17.67%. Solana is currently trading at 30,390, just above support at 30 even. Next level of support is 28,567. Resistance above at 31,604 and 32,464. Solana actually increased 17.54%, very close to Bitcoin's 17.67% and above the market, which was 13.72%. THETA is currently trading at 6,077. It's really interesting to look at THETA's graph. It increased 25.4%, which was quite in excess of 17.67% for Bitcoin. Do you see how it's actually collapsed down? That's why I mentioned in the previous video not to rush in too much. Price is always moving in a wave. You're never going to miss out. Just have patience. We can see that in THETA's chart, there's a lot of structural resistance coming into play at around the $7 mark. It also has structural resistance at 7,188. Support below is 5,816 and 5,374. Buying at support down below, several levels down below, if you can do it, is a really profitable idea. Let's have a look at CTSI. CTSI is very interesting. It increased 32.76%, quite above Bitcoin's 17.67%. You can also see CTSI is very spiky. It spikes up, spikes down, spikes up, spikes down, spiky, very spiky. This is good and it's bad. It's good from a trading perspective. If you want to bank 10%, you can do fairly easily with CTSI so long as you know where Bitcoin is going. If it goes the other way, it can spike down quite dramatically. That's important to understand. These percentages can move up or down in your favor. If they move up, everybody's happy, but if they move down, no one's happy. Okay, let's have a look at CTSI. CTSI is currently trading at 43,682, resistance above at 47,087. Next real level of resistance is this psychological 50-cent mark. That's quite important to understand how psychology plays around round numbers. Support below is 4408 and 35551. Rule 42, layer sell exits. If you've got up to this point, can you please put the number 42 into a comment somewhere? Just make it very obscure, kind of hidden, so other people don't know. It's just going to be our little secret. It's a lot of fun. Rule 42, layer sell exits. It's a really, really powerful rule. I'll show you how to apply it. Let's just return to Bitcoin. If I was trading this, of course, you know that we bought the falling knife and accumulated positions around here. If we're looking for certain specific percentage increases in price, and we're not greedy, we don't mind about things like that, you would be looking to layer sell a certain percentage on the way up. We also know that sharp angles tend to reflect, so this is a very easy place to start to think about where to sell different layers. We're never really concerned about tops or bottoms because we're always moving in and out of trades. But in this particular case, we would let Bitcoin run because we know what the trend is. We know that it's very positive and there's a lot of fear in the market, which means it's quite safe. We would probably start to layer sell around this particular area. You may choose to put a high level of sell up. It's almost like the patience game. You just put it up and you let price come to you. All professional trading is never chasing price. Always let price come to you. That's a real trick in layering your sells. This is just a really quick introduction. This video is quite a bit longer than I would have hoped for, but I hope it helps. It's a real secret hidden gem, this one. I'll just do one more for the community because so many people love MATIC. I just want to help out where I can. This is a really cool chart. You can see MATIC has actually got above these structural resistance lines and turned them into support. That's very, very healthy. If you wanted to layer buy into MATIC, you could select these levels because they're strong levels. And then if you have the funds, try to catch falling knives by placing orders farther or further below that. Okay, let's have a look at price. MATIC is currently trading at 108.046. It has structural support at 105.585 and 101.203. It has resistance at 12672 and 118.745. I hope you found the content useful. Everything I do for you is free. Please be aware of scammers. And again, thanks very much to the moderators in our community for everything that you do. I do these videos to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. Please say hi and let me know where you are viewing from and if you have any questions. This is a community-driven channel. I'm very, very happy to answer any question. Please let me know. If you would like twice daily updates, 7 days a week on price movements in the crypto market, please subscribe to YouTube, join us on Facebook and Discord, and follow me on Twitter. All of these groups are 100% free. Crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and the worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.